pretty amazing weekend, Kenny, for I think every rider that raced here, but to come away with the overall win in your class and a whole shot on, you just mentioned there on a Suzuki, it must be pretty rad.
Oh, it's unbelievable, you know. Like I said, I'm on a Suzuki and I just love to prove people wrong, you know, and getting the whole shot in MXGP class and getting the overall on top of that, you know, those are a couple of boxes that I've checked that it's kind of surreal right now, you know. I haven't even really had time to really thought about it yet, but I think we did some pretty amazing things. I wish that we would have had a little bit more luck with my teammates. There were too many crashes going on, but we know how this race goes. It can really go either way, you know. But when it comes from my personal goals, I mean, I think we did awesome. I struggle with the track. It is so hard packed, so rocky. Like, I haven't ridden this stuff in years, and not to mention I rode sand the last couple of weeks because I got so much rain in Florida. I rode on a turn track for 2 weeks, so yeah, it was a funky one, but I'm glad I made it through because it was super sketchy out there.
You and Jet were able to adapt to that track. The actual American guys seem to struggle a bit. Do you think from growing up here, and the same for Jet, you were able to, I guess, muscle memory, you were able to go back to that now, or yes? Or?
No, I don't think. I mean, I've been over there for over 10 years and I haven't ridden here, so that stuff just goes out the window, honestly.
And was it hard to adapt the bike to these conditions, or were you just able to work your talent on the fly to get up to speed?
A little bit. Nothing really felt that great out there, so we made changes every time we went out, and it felt okay in the first one, and then it was a struggle, I feel like, though, both days. It really was. I don't think anything would have felt great out there.
How was it being back in general at a GP style event racing, like Prado and those guys again?
Oh, it's
was
great.
That nice?
I mean, I'm glad I did it, you know. I'm so glad I came over here, and not even just the racing side of things, but I've seen so many people that I haven't seen in a long time, and especially, you know, GP riders and people that work for teams, so it was great.
Your adaptability is pretty amazing to go World Supercross in England, to be doing this, running at the front, SMX, battling Jet. How are you able to be
that way a little bit?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm staring in the sun the whole time.
How are you able to be so versatile?
I don't know.
Just
yeah, I kind of just roll with the flow. I go with the flow, honestly, and try to make the right changes at the right time, you know.
And you're back with Suzuki next year.
Yep.
Well, you've more consistency, I guess, for Supercross next season. I'm sure you're looking forward to that once you get a bit of a break in World Supercross over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we did good in SMX, and I've been riding my Supercross stuff, so we just have a much better base than when we started last year.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Right.
Tom Vialle, don't think that could have went any better for you on your return to Europe and return to France.
Yeah.
How do you sum that up? I think 1-1-1, and the speed was like GP. Tom was back.
Yeah, no, it was nice to be back, to be honest. Ernee is a track that I like. I enjoyed the whole weekend. It was amazing. The fun were incredible. So I had 2 good motos. I won the Saturday, and today I won both motos in MX2, and I felt great all weekend long. So it was nice to be back.
Were you riding your GP suspension this weekend, or your American one?
No, I ride my American.
The American?
Yeah.
How did you find the competition? Langenfelder and Koonin was quick in qualifying, and all these new guys coming back?
Yeah, but you know, like the qualifying doesn't matter. Like we don't win qualifying, so the race was nice. I had a good quali race behind Simon. I could see a little bit his rhythm, and it was a little bit different than outdoor. Like there is way more intensity in outdoor, but also the track, you can put so much intensity in outdoor. Like the dirt is way better. I mean, the track was awesome, and but it was super hard and slick, so you cannot ride like as aggressive as you can do in the US. So that's the biggest difference, I think. And no, it was a good weekend. Both moto today and Sunday were great, so it was awesome.
And what's it like riding in front of that crowd? That's one of the best crowds I've ever seen, and it's all for you.
Yeah, it was awesome. I never experienced that before, so I think for all the rider, you know, like to see so many fans next to the track is amazing.
How would you sum up your first US season? You were quick in SMX, you had a couple of good points in Supercross and outdoors. I guess learning the track was difficult, but when you were comfortable, you were fast there as well.
Yeah, like Supercross was way different for me. It's another world, so I had to learn a lot. And then motocross, the track is really new for me. It's pretty tough because it's not like a GP where you get a lot of time on the track. You need only 15 minutes practice, and then you go straight to the moto. And to be honest, the level there is pretty high.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of guys with my speed, so let's see. I think next year I will feel way better. I was already feeling better in SMX and the last motocross race, so the nutrition was good. So next year we should be.
Are you enjoying living over there and all that?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Easy enough to adapt to?
Yeah, I get. It was pretty hard at the beginning, but now I'm getting used to it. I really like it.
Regarding Supercross last year, you were pretty quick everywhere. It was just the whoops. Is the plan, I guess, to work on that this winter, and then it should be good?
For the winter, yeah.
And you know what coast you're riding or anything?
Sorry?
What coast, east or west?
No,
or?
I don't know yet.
No problem. Thank you. Well, Roczen, Renaux, a tough end of your GP season. I wasn't sure how injured you were coming in here, but you performed brilliantly with a moto win and a third place. How was it? Did you exceed your expectation, given how you were coming into the event, or was this what you expected?
No, I was not expecting anything coming here. You know, I try to get rid of expectations when I come to a race. I just go to win, no matter which shape or no matter what. You know, I'm trying to give my best. It doesn't mean I have to win, but I'm trying to give my best. And then we see the results at the end. Obviously, I had some injuries during the season. I was not at my best shape, but I could make it happen. And today we are a team world champion, and I won also the open class. So it's just an amazing moment.
And a great end of your year after, as you said, a tough year with injury. Is it nice then for the motivation next year to know that you're still really quick and you're a world champion as Team France?
Yeah, sure, it's amazing, you know, but I never really doubted myself, you know. It was a tough injury, so I knew it would take me time to come back, and today obviously it's super positive for my winter, and to just go in some good mood, you know, in the winter and enjoy, and I'm gonna work really hard to be ready next season.
When you crashed or taken out at Matterley Basin, was there any doubt that you wouldn't be able to ride this weekend, or were you always okay, good enough to ride?
No, yeah, sure. The 2-3 days after Matterley, we were unsure, and I didn't want it to come if I was not in shape enough, you know, because a lot of expectations on us, and I don't want to disappoint the public and myself. Mm-hmm. So a little doubt, but I was ready to give it all, you know, to be in shape. And at the end, I made it happen, so it was a good choice.
Your first moto, you led the whole way, won the race with Tom in second. Perfection. How did that feel in front of that crowd? It must be like a dream.
Yeah, it was great, you know, like we couldn't do better, so it was just an amazing feeling, and we gave what the public wanted, you know, and also we really made the job.
The third moto, Jet got you. It looked like you were just happy in third, but then when Prado put the pressure on, you didn't give in either.
Yeah, sure, you know, like Jet passed me. He was really riding smooth and nice, so I couldn't do much, and then Prado came back, and he was pushing, but I was trying to push in a way, but also stay safe, you know, because the third was more than enough to win. So I wouldn't have risked everything, you know, to stay in third, but I just tried to stay focused and not make any mistakes, and at the end it was enough to stay third.
Can you describe the feeling up on that podium with the home crowd and like the smoke, the fans? It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was amazing, unbelievable. I never saw that, and it's just going to be memories for life.
Does it feel more pressure because of the home fans, or is it more motivating because they're all behind you?
Both motivation, pressure. It's a mix of everything, and you have to deal with everything. But it's just a great feeling, and the victory tastes even better.
Very much, and well done. Thank you. Liam Everts, 350 debut, and first practice maybe wasn't what you wanted, but from the races came on, you upped your level, and you must be really pleased with how you performed.
Yeah, I knew once the race would come, immediately I would be a lot better. But didn't expect to be so good, especially on Saturday, coming third, then the first motor also third. So, then the last motor kind of messed up my start, but anyway I kept fighting and still finished 10th, which was not too bad. And I think I got second in the open class, so obviously a great weekend. I'm very happy.
Did you enjoy riding the bike with that wee bit extra torque?
Very happy with the bike. Really suits my style. Just to have that bottom power there. It's very just easy to ride it.
On your season, I was at Majora when you had that crash, and I still can't believe you got back on the bike, and I think I was as impressive as any of your GP wins, just the fight and the guts you had to do that. Are you still pleased with your overall season, even though that was really disappointing in Majora?
Yeah, I mean, I was always raised to keep going. Unless something is broken, so you knew at that point the title was gone, and it was hard, but something inside me wanted to keep going. That's what I did.
And did you expect 3 GP wins this year? You're now like an average.
Nah, not at all. I was going for some podiums, but 3 GP wins I really didn't expect.
And just finally, under pressure this year, you were good. First year in a factory KTM. Today, really good on the 350. Do you think that's becoming one of your strong points? Adamo was all over you there that last
Yeah, he was going for it. I knew definitely he would have snuck a wheel up, and that's what he did. But I managed to keep him behind, and it was just fun racing.
Well done, Liam. Thank you.
Thank you.
RJ Hampshire, tough day for America as a whole, and your results were, I think, 5.5 in the MXoN, but your riding was pretty rapid. You just had to do a lot of work from the back.
Yeah. First moto got a good start and got cleaned out, and then just struggled. My stuff was all bent up for the whole rest of that moto. First moto, like I rode super tight. Second moto, first turn pile up, but then felt awesome on my bike. Like I felt really, really good, and was just trying to get everything I could for the team. Our results sucked today. We definitely should have been better than 8th, but all in all, just an awesome weekend, awesome experience. Huge thanks to my whole Roczen Energy, Husqvarna racing team, everybody that supports this event. It was special.
You've wanted to do this for a long time. I know the results as a team didn't go well, but was it worth the experience and the hard charges on the track?
100%. Like there's no doubt about it. I don't care if you've got a 50-week race season. I will be here if I get the chance, get the opportunity. Just unreal event. Something I'll always remember. So, hopefully I'll be back. For sure.
Hunter and Jet mentioned there's a different style, had to ride differently on this track compared to America. Did you find that as well with the different slickness?
No, for sure. The track was really tough, something we don't have back home. But yeah, I mean, we all have to race it. These guys are just really good at it. I'm sure today we got our asses kicked. But I'll be back.
How did you find racing the GP guys? Did you find their styles were different? It was different to try and pass them than all the US guys that you know at home?
No, not really. I mean, it was still just racing dirt bikes. So nothing different. Just try to win or try to be the best you can be.
Good job. Well done. Thank you. Lars, quite the weekend. All turned out pretty good in the end, but it was a pretty topsy-turvy weekend, I would say, for you guys from the US side for Australia.
It didn't start off the best, with Jet hitting that fence and crashing and starting last. Really happy with Hunter's though. He was able to get 2 relatively good starts against all the 450s and everything. So that was the goal, is to get him a good start. And then Jet was able to come back strong, get 6th that first moto, but he should have been more up toward the front. But we knew that it was going to be really difficult to beat France, and they rode just as well as they as we thought they would. So for us to get 2nd, it's the best Australia's ever done. Is the best we could have hoped for, I think, because I was actually with Team Australia in 2011 when we ended up, that was the first time they'd ever been on a podium. And then last year, and then I was with Team Australia in 14, that one didn't go so good. And then last year, I was kind of helping mainly Team USA when Australia got 3rd. And then this year to get 2nd, it's cool. It's fun to be around with them. I've been around a lot of Australians in my career, so I feel, like connection with them. So.
Yeah, you work with Chad Reid, I think, and Hunter and Jet, their mentality's so good as well. Yeah. Do you feel that with Australians, that their confidence and just the ability, like Jet, that last moto, kind of had the win and secure a podium, and he just went out and delivered again?
I mean, I think that they're totally different types of people, between Chad and the Lawrences. Okay. But yeah, it's obviously the Australians have a never say die attitude, and they work their ass off. So yeah, I mean, I think that they do have that in common with Chad, and they have a lot of belief in themselves. So it's fun to be around them, and the whole crew from Australia is very cool, and Darren Lawrence and Burner, Michael Byrne and everything. It's a really fun crew to be around, and really good people. So.
Can you talk about this year as Honda USA? You won everything. I mean, it's beyond a dream in some ways. You got the Supercross title with Chase, which was, I think, 20 years wait, and then it was like buses. Everything came at once, and the Lawrences were so dominant. What is that from a team manager? It's stressful, or can you enjoy it? Because obviously, if one wee thing goes wrong, it's a title maybe down the drain, but everything worked out for you.
I think that the Supercross season with Chase, when we were trying to win the championship, it wasn't, obviously with Eli going out, that was the second to last race. So up to that point, a lot of stress. The summer before that with him, a lot of stress because we were trying everything we could to win, and we just desperately wanted to win a 450 championship. So After we won that championship, everything else to me was kind of like, icing on the cake.
Okay.
But to win the 250 championships, that wasn't stressful because our riders were so dominant. It just felt like we had controlled the whole season. That didn't stress me out. The 250 championship in outdoors with Hunter was difficult. We had some issues with the bike at Southwick, and then Hunter having the big crash at Redbud and hurting himself a little bit, and him dealing with basically injuries the entire summer, one after another. With luckily the injury was enough for him to be able to ride, but so yeah, that was another stressful one. So coming here, this was going to be to me it was going to be just kind of fun.
Yeah.
And we were going to do our best to win, or to do our best to get on the podium. Second or a win was the goal, and we got second, so it was good.
How was it managing Chase when Jet came into the 250s and started winning? Because Chase was the guy, and then sort of Jet became the guy, and then they were racing again, obviously SMX. From a team manager's point of view, is it difficult to manage two riders of that number one stature, really?
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, we never really had any issues because both Chase and Jet got on pretty well with each other. Chase had a motorhome for a lot of the races, so they didn't really hang out a lot together. But at the same time, they both have a good mentality and good personality that they're able to get over those things, and even, obviously at Charlotte when Chase won, Jet was pissed off because he wanted to win, but at the same time, I think he was happy for Jet, but he was definitely motivated. So there was never any big, feuds or anything like that, or but that's only because they were really, good friends before that, I think, and they respect each other. So it ended up not being a big problem, but it can be for sure.
And next year you have the two brothers, 450. Their technique and talent, we all know. Are you excited about both riders, not just Jet, but what Hunter can do next year in 2024 Supercross?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of things next year that'll be interesting. I'm excited for that, and just trying to do everything we can for Hunter and Jet both to be successful. Yeah.
And were you able to keep an eye on Team Sweden? There was a bit of dramatic there with the B final. They were in and out and back in again.
Yeah. I always try to keep my eye on them and talk to my friends over and that I've been friends with for a long time that were helping keep Sweden. So it was unfortunate that Yifting was injured, but then it was cool for them to get in the B final. I think they went 2-3, right? Yeah. But yeah, I wish Freddie would have been here because I think Freddie could have helped him out quite a bit. But it was still cool to see them and talk to all the guys over there.
Very good. And finally, just on the atmosphere for this event, it's almost beyond words. You really have to experience it in person, don't you? The crowd's mental.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially here in France, and the design of this track and everything, it really allows for the incredible fan experience, on that hillside. And but yeah, your motocross nations, and especially when you come to Europe and in a different country, and you get to feel the whole vibe and all the different things that we experience coming from America to here is really fun. And me and the boys, we had a great time, hanging out together and having dinner and checking out the local town that we're staying in, and then the whole experience here. So it's something we love to do, and even after this long kind of grueling season that we've had, it didn't seem like it was hard to come here because it's a cool experience.
Just regarding that grueling season, how long do you guys as mechanics and team manager get to take off now before Supercross starts? Do you get a proper break just to mentally relax, or?
Not exactly. I mean, we don't take like weeks off or anything like that. It's more like now we can have weekends off. That sounds good to me.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it's a little bit brutal, but at the same time, we kind of take it when we can. Like when we know that there's nothing coming up, or there's an event coming up or something that we want to do with family. As long as we plan that ahead of time, we can take some time off. So yeah, it's not easy, but we make it work.
Right, Lars, thank you very much.